Hey everybody, Who's Your Jedi here with another review for you. This time talking episode 19 of Gotham called Beasts of Prey. Now, of course, the title is a little bit of a nod to Birds of Prey, one of the comic book series that spun out of the Batman universe quite some time ago. And all in all, I can't say that I was really feeling it this episode. This is one of those ones where it just really didn't feel like Gotham was clicking. So let's just kind of get right into things. The Fish Mooney thing, I mean, you could kind of see where everything was happening. Everything was going to happen pretty much right from the start. And, again, it's sort of like, really, Dollmacher, you're going to trust somebody like Fish, even a slice? I mean, it really doesn't make sense to me that he's even bothered to keep her alive this long. But then I've ranted at length as to why a bunch of the stuff going on with Dollmaker's operation doesn't make one damn bit of sense. So we're just going to leave it at that. But the really inexcusable thing is that Fish doesn't kill him when he's basically at her mercy. She's just like, come on, we have to go. No, seriously, take the 3 seconds to drive the stupid cattle prod through his eye, because there's no way this guy ain't going to come after you, even if you do get off this island. Seriously. It's one of those moments where it's like, okay, we can't kill this guy off because we want to do more with his character, even though there's really no logical reason for the characters to not kill this person. Okay, and then there's this whole thing with the new mini bad guy who's going to be causing problems for a while, who's called the Ogre. Hopefully he lasts a little bit longer than Electrocutioner. And boy, oh boy, what a disappointment that turned out to be, huh? Now, Ogre is some dude named Jason, played by Milo. I have a really hard to pronounce last name, who people of course know best as Peter Petrelli over on the on Heroes. And he does a nice job of coming off basically as Christian Grey from I've heard people saying this character is very much sort of just a let's take all the romance out of Christian Grey and just sort of make him seem like a serial killer. And having never read or seen 50 Shades of Grey, I can't really comment too awful much on this, but this does sort of jive with what I understand about the character, with of course the S&M tendencies toned down. But I mean, this is still network TV, right? We're not on Showtime or HBO, so I don't know. Maybe if there's like a serial killer episode of Masters of Sex or something. But anyway, again, as I said, he does a nice job of coming off really sort of creepy and smart and slick and all of that. But what really gets me about this whole plot line is the whole thing like Bullock ran and like, no, nobody goes after this guy. Like, he goes after cops' families. That's why nobody's ever tried to catch. Like, nobody's ever investigated him. Well, wait a minute, Bullock. If nobody's ever investigated this guy, how is it that the Ogre has even gone after anyone's family? Obviously, as if he's gone after people's families, and this sort of certainly makes sense that you would use the plural here. Oh, pardon me. Then obviously someone did investigate him. He went after their family, and then probably someone else investigated him, and then he also went after their family. Now, okay, maybe I'm putting a little too much emphasis on grammar in this situation or whatever, but seriously, just the way Bullock phrases it sounds really, really dumb. Now, what I did like, though, was the whole thing that it turned out that the young rookie was secretly working for Loeb. Well, it wasn't a huge shock, but it was a nice example that, okay, Gordon got him a good one, but Loeb can't be counted out just yet. I mean, basically, Loeb stuck one of the things in the world that Gordon wants the most, seemingly good cops who want to follow his example, in front of his face as bait, and Gordon swallowed it hook, line, and sinker. And I gotta admit, again, the confrontation between Gordon and Loeb towards the end of the episode, that was pretty cool. I mean, granted, you're threatening the police commissioner in the middle of a police station, but it's Gotham, and that's certainly not the most ridiculous thing we've seen go down at the Gotham City headquarters. It's certainly less ridiculous than a member of the mafia ordering an entire room full of policemen to leave the room at police headquarters. I mean, Okay, not gonna swear. Not gonna swear. So yeah, again, I was really not feeling that part of the plot. And then we pick back up on the whole thing with Alfred recovering from being stabbed. Take it easy, Alfred. And then Bruce going out there trying to track down Reggie. And he, of course, quickly enlists Selina's aid in this. And we see once again that Bruce has led an extraordinarily sheltered life. I mean, I get it, the kid's 12. I wasn't too terribly familiar with drug slang when I was 12 years old either. Okay? But still, it's just like, did they not have cable at Wayne Manor? I mean, come on. I don't know. But the main thing this episode that really gets me is, I can't say that really main thing, but one of the big things is that whole thing with, okay, Bruce confronts Reggie. He shows himself to be a little bit of a hard case. He knows exactly what he has to do to get Reggie to talk. And that was good. That was a very nice little moment there. But of course, the whole thing kind of gets ruined. Reggie starts ranting in that really interesting Scottish accent. I'm gonna tell on you. I mean, I'm sure that was supposed to seem dramatic and possibly intimidating, but it just came off as being ridiculous. I mean, here's an angry Scottish junkie screaming at you. I mean, now look, not that angry Scottish junkies can't be entertaining and can't be used for good drama, okay? I've seen Trainspotting, okay? Trainspotting is a fantastic movie, which happens to star a bunch of Scottish junkies. But here, this is just like, are you joking? And then Selina pushes the guy out a window. Now, it was cool that we did see that moment where Bruce is like, oh man, I want to push this guy out a window. I'm going to do it so bad. And then he restrains himself. And then Selina pushes the guy out the window. Now, this did kind of bother me a little bit, because in the comics, Catwoman's not really the sort of person who kills people. Mainly because, one, it's not her style. She's just not that sort of person. I mean, if you mess with her, she will screw you up viciously. But killing is not really her kind of thing. So, partly because it's just not her style, and partly because she knows, you know what, if I cross that line, then the favoritism... Oh, God, stupid Facebook Messenger. As I was saying, basically, the fact that she's kind of an exception to a lot of Batman's rules, it kind of goes out the window for her. You know, Batman tolerates the thievery, but he doesn't tolerate murder from anybody. Well, except kind of Leslie Tompkins, but that ended up being retconned, so, you know, whatever. Anyway, so, here you kind of see where, for the most part, yeah, Bruce and Selina have had their differences, but here they kind of put all that aside and came together again. Now here, Selina killed a dude right in front of Bruce, and, you know, given his moral compass, that's not something that's really going to sit well with him. And then there's a cool thing that, yeah, Bruce still needs Selina to finger the people, whoever it was that really did kill his parents. So this does present Bruce with an extraordinary moral dilemma. Can he cooperate in any real way, shape, or form with someone whom he knows is a murderer? And what does this do for the whole future Batman Catwoman thing? I mean, yes, I mean, like it or not, there's no denying that Bruce and Selina in the comics have been presented as being in love with each other many times over the years. It's just their differing personalities and personas that's really kind of always been that big obstacle. Now here it's just like Selina flat out friggin' murdered a guy. So yeah, I mean, you know, Batman don't date murderers. So what does that all mean for them? And, you know, is there going to be kind of any sort of emotional fallout from Selina? I mean, yes, she's had a hard life. And yeah, she had good reason to get Reggie out of the way. I mean, he was working for the people who tried to murder her before. But still, she's also a 13-year-old kid who just killed someone. That's not the sort of thing that realistically should just be shrugged off. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, guys, that's all for you this time. As always, please comment, rate, and subscribe. And of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Hoosier Jedi. Till next time, take care and have a good one.